Nick Gallo, Bally Sports. I know it's always a game of runs, but tonight it seemed like even more exaggerated, just the wild swings. How did you feel like, from a maturity standpoint, your team just withstood that and handled it to be the last team standing?
Yeah, you got to take punches to beat them because they keep throwing them and they score in bunches, and they do a great job of generating their own energy. You know, the game can be going poorly for them, and next thing you know, it's like an 8-0 spurt, and they get themselves going, and they've done that for a decade. So you have to be able to take some, and I thought we did a great job of that tonight. You know, a lot of runs, but we just never let ourselves get knocked down, ate some punches, and kept coming.
And, just the moments of adversity, the Curry three while he's walking away, Dort picks up his fifth foul. What did you notice on the bench, on the floor, in terms of the guys and their resilience?
Yeah, great resilience. Nothing new, though. I think we've built that muscle over time, dating back to previous seasons. We've taken some tough losses in previous seasons, and a lot of the players that are on our team now were on our team then. So resilience is something that you can build, and something we have to continue to build through all of the experiences, including a good win.
And then just with Josh, the 17 assists, seemed like so many were kind of those inside-out creation threes and cross-court pass. I mean, how was he able to get to his spots and orchestrate tonight?
Yeah, big time. He got to his spots. He played with great force, and I thought he did a great job getting to the lane and spraying out, as you mentioned. A lot of his assists this year have been kind of in advantage situations or post-ups, elbow isos. And tonight I thought he got a lot of assists on drives, which is something that he's been working on. So he did a great job tonight. He was huge.
Paris Lawson, Bally Sports, 17 threes tonight, and then 7 guys scoring in double figures. What did you like best about the looks that you guys were able to generate offensively tonight, or was it more of a continuation of what we've seen recently?
We want to take what the defense gives us. We want to take good threes. This is a team, Golden State, that is the best rim protection team in the league. They give up the fewest shots at the rim, if I'm not mistaken, and so they sell out at the rim and in the paint, and they do so especially against us, especially with Shai. And so you've got to be able to actively space on the perimeter and spray the ball out and shoot confidently when you're open, and I thought we did that tonight for the most part.
And Jay Will with a career-high 15 points. Are you seeing his growth in kind of confidence and comfort out there on the floor with the minutes he's been getting?
Yeah, and one of the things I respect about him, he's been confident from the rip. He's been like that from the beginning. Even the three-point shooting, as I've mentioned, when you guys have asked about it specifically, he just kind of came into camp and started firing. It wasn't like that wasn't our idea. That was his idea. And so he's a confident kid, and he gets lost in the competition. I didn't think he played great in the first half or in the first stint of the third quarter. And then the next time he went in there, I think it was to start the fourth. Yeah, he gave us a huge lift with that group.
Yeah, Cliff Brunn, Associated Press. A lot of times when there's a big play in a game, it just happens really quick, and you just move on to the next thing. But the block in the final minute by Wiggins had to be reviewed. You had to look at it several times. With that in mind, how impressive was that against Curry there in that final minute?
I thought they did a great job on that play of just handling the initial action. Curry's always a threat, but they do a great job of getting him loose. They screen like crazy for him. They run good stuff to get him cracks. And he just runs around, so he's tough to catch. And I thought we did a great job in the initial action, forced him into a contested shot. Wiggs did a really good job, but he and Lou communicated that really well.
Yeah, Coach, I feel like to start this season, the team was kind of trying to find its identity.
Yep.
Over the course of the year, they've clearly found an identity. The league started to notice, and they're kind of playing with a certain swag about them. When do you think that happened, and what do you think flipped the switch for them?
It happened over time. I think over time you become more of who you're going to be and who you are, especially when you're a young team. We're the youngest team in the league, and that takes time to form that and to build that. But the confidence and swagger of the group, I give the guys a lot of credit. Our young guys, I just mentioned Jay Will, but those rookie players, when they look at themselves in the mirror, they're like, man, I look good today. And then I think Shai and Dort, especially those guys, there's a contagiousness to their confidence and swagger. And tonight's a good example of that. Against a team like this, you just can't be meek against them. And I thought our confidence and swagger was on display tonight, and that's what you have to have against them.
Andrew Schlecht of The Athletic. Just your thoughts on the closing group with basically Giddey as your biggest player.
Yeah, I mean, we knew coming into the game that they downsize at times, and we did it proactively at times. We played, I think Jang was at the 5 with Looney out there. That's been such a weapon for us this season with K. Rich that we think it's worth exploring even with him out. Their lineup allows you to go that small with Giddey, but we're going to continue to look at different options at every spot and continue to explore the team. We're not going to allow relative success to get in the way of us figuring out what's best with this group.
And then Jang gave you some really good minutes throughout the game. Just your thoughts on his progress.
He's primed himself for this. That's a really tough game. That's a hard game plan. That's a really good team and a tough team to play against when you haven't done it before. And Oos, he had great momentum before he got hurt. The wrist injury was a setback. Coming out of that, he had a hard time getting himself back going. And then he went to the blue and invested, and showed us something in terms of just kind of hanging in there and staying with it. And then the last few games that he's played has prepared him for this too. He came in here, he's played every stint he's played hard, which is what we've emphasized most with him. And that's what prepares you, for a challenge like tonight. And he wasn't perfect. Our team wasn't perfect, but he was in the competition tonight. He should be really proud.
Mark, there was a lot of energy in the building tonight. When the West is so jumbled right now, and it seems like people can sort of sense that there's a 5-way tie for ninth. Like, I know you haven't really talked about kind of the standings. Guys have said, yeah, naturally, like, you're going to look at the standings. But, like, does it get to a point where, like, you can feel the stakes behind these games with, so few games left in this season?
With where our team is, everything we're looking at is through the lens of development. And so the fact that we're playing kind of a hungry team that's coming in here, that's a good team, it creates a certain weight to the game. And ultimately, whatever happened tonight, win, lose, great game, bad game, blowout, it's an opportunity to learn about our team. It's an opportunity for our team to learn through their experiences. And we love doing that in the context of, a playoff race or whatever. But we also have to understand what, butters our bread, which is, keeping our head down, staying in the process, stacking days, and being a team that just invests in the work and stays humble and keeps at it. And so managing the distractions that come with that is a challenge and an opportunity to develop as well. So the guys have done a great job with it, but we've got to keep at it here for the last however many games.
And then wanted to ask about Shai, another impressive night for him as he's sort of fighting through it. Wasn't getting to the line, getting the calls he normally gets maybe in the first half, kept attacking. What'd you see just with how he came in, approached the game?
He was good. I mean, I thought he was good tonight. Not great. I didn't think it was his best game, but Matt and I were just talking on the way over here, and the confidence that he has in the face of anything really has an impact on the group. And so against a team like that, like I said, you have to have a level of confidence and collective swagger against them. He leads the charge with that because he just doesn't flinch. And I thought he had that tonight. I didn't think he threw his fastball tonight, but he definitely had that, and it helped our team.
Josh, what did it take from you guys down the stretch there to just kind of hold them off, given the run and the punches they were throwing there?
Yeah, I mean, a team like that is gonna, not gonna go away easily. Steph made some big shots. Clay, Kuminga was good down the stretch for them. And obviously we were trying to take away a lot of their threes, so they got some dunks and layups, but you kind of got to pick your poison with those guys down the stretch. But I thought on the other end, we executed really well. They started blitzing Shai the last, few minutes, but guys were ready to make plays out of it. We got open threes, layups. So I think both ends of the floor, I think for the most part of the game, we executed the game plan. We took care of what we needed to, and it's a really good win against a really good team.
Obviously, a big offensive night for you guys, 137 points. But these last 3 games have just been big scoring nights for you all offensively. What have you noticed over those last 3 games? Maybe a through line that you guys have kind of stuck to?
I think it's been a collective effort every night. I think you look across the board and there's multiple guys making things happen. And I think when our offense is flowing that way, we have the ability as a team to put a lot of points on the board. But points only get you so much. It's the other end of the floor we really have to lock in on. And I think when we're at our best, that's when we're at our best. When we're playing that end of the floor, hard and with a purpose. And I think the point's going to come. We've got enough talent offensively to score the ball, but it's just being locked in on the other end of the floor is what we've got to continuously, hone in on. And I think when we do that, we can compete with a lot of teams in the league.
Career high 17 assists for you. What was working so well out there?
Guys were making shots. It's kind of that easy. I was just making the right play, and 17 assists sounds great, but you give a lot of credit to your teammates. They were in the right spot a lot of tonight. They made shots, made some tough ones as well. So as a guard, point guard, my job is to facilitate and get other guys involved and get guys looks at the right time. And I think tonight I was just, reading what the defense was giving me, and guys were knocking down shots.
Assists and points. You and Shai accounted for 80% of you guys' points tonight. Obviously not where you guys want to be together, but how much more comfortable do you feel with him?
Yeah, a lot more. Things like that, a backcourt grows over time, and it's not something that naturally, clicks from day one. You look at Steph and Clay, they've been together for 10 years, and they kind of know each other inside out. Me and Shai have been together for, 1.5 seasons, and we're continuing to get better with each other. I'm continuing to learn how to play off the ball, how to be that secondary playmaker, and just, especially in late games when teams are blitzing him, I have to be ready to make plays and be available to be an outlet for him. But, obviously he's the guy, he's our guy, and we're going to ride with him. But as I said, those things continue to grow over time, and it'll get better as we, play more games.
Josh, obviously a big win tonight ahead of a back-to-back tomorrow in Phoenix. What's the mood like in the locker room after a win over the Warriors like that?
Big win. A lot of our guys, it's our first win against that team. It's a really talented team, and I think, it's 3 in a row. This is a tough team to play against, and, on a back-to-back against, another really good team tomorrow night. It is a tough back-to-back. So this was a great win tonight. We'll enjoy it, but you've got to put it in the past quick because, we got another game in less than 24 hours. So, this was a big win. We've got some momentum now and, another big challenge tomorrow night.
Nick Gallo, Valley Sports. Jay-Will, those games can kind of feel like marathons against big-time teams like that. What did it take to kind of just hang in there, withstand sort of the length and the runs throughout the game?
Yeah, I think it took all 5, everybody on the court, even the people that subbed in the game. It took everybody. We played together as a team throughout the whole game, and when we played through passing the ball through each other, playing together, passing the ball with energy, we play together, play great as a team.
Speaking of all that passing, just what'd you think of the night that Josh had and the way that he was able to pick guys out tonight?
Yeah, Gidd's a great passer. Everybody knows that. And we looked up there and saw that he had like 17 assists. We were like, dang. But, yeah, great. Gidd's a great passer, and he finds open guys a lot of time.
Just the last 2 minutes of the game with all the reviews, the timeouts, and the stoppages, what's that like for you kind of going through some of this for the first time this season in a matchup like this?
I'm kind of used to it by now. I feel like the season's almost over, so I've been through it a lot. But we stayed locked in throughout the whole thing.
Paris Lawson, Valley Sports. You had a pretty strong fourth quarter. You came in and gave the group some really great minutes. Just what were you feeling during that stretch and kind of your mentality when you checked back into the game there?
I knew I had to check back into the game and play with energy. My teammates found me on a lot of times. They found me a lot of open shots, and I had to make the shots, and I just play with energy, and everybody's out there playing with energy. And when we all play like that, it pushes the team to another level.
How are you feeling yourself kind of growing during this stretch where you've gotten, start after start after start pretty regularly now and a lot of really meaningful minutes out there on the floor?
I'm just trying to play with confidence, play how my teammates need me to play. All of them are telling me when I get the ball, open looks, they want me to shoot the ball. My coaches are telling me to shoot the ball, open looks. So with the belief they're giving me, the confidence they're giving me, I can't do anything but go out there and play confident.
Yeah, a lot of rookies, when they get to this time of the season, they kind of hit a wall because they aren't used to playing this many games. But you and J-Dub are playing your best basketball of the season now. What's been the key for that?
To me, I feel like the season's going by fast. And, every game, I love basketball. I love playing the game. So every game I try to go out there and play with energy, and I think it's the same thing for Dub. We both go out there and play with as much energy as we can. And when we do that, it just feels like every game's a great game for us.
You've gotten to play with Usman at the G League level and now the NBA level. How have you seen him progress this season?
Yeah, Us is playing with way more confidence. He's using his body a lot more. He's taking those shots like that step-back shot. It was crazy. But when Us plays with confidence, he's a great player, and I tell him that all the time.
Yeah, Jay-Will, could you guys feel like the extra energy that the crowd seemed to bring tonight?
Yeah, for sure. The crowd was amazing tonight. It was loud in there. It's the games that we all love playing in, and it was great energy in there.
Is that something, you think the Warriors bring out in people and just the energy together where the standings are now? Kind of like what felt different about this one, if it felt different at all?
Just the crowd being into it, we feed off of it a lot of times. When the crowd's loud, we yell with them. We do things like that. We play harder. They can't hear their plays on the offensive end, so when they're loud, it helps us out.
Thanks. Oh, sorry. Michael Martin, the Oklahoman. You mentioned earlier this season that Draymond is a player you look up to. What was it like playing against him tonight and guarding him for a lot of possessions?
Yeah, playing against great players like Draymond, a lot of the time I try to listen and watch what they're doing. He orchestrates their offense and their defense a lot of the time, so just playing against guys like that, I try to listen and learn and see how they do things.
Andrew Schlecht of The Athletic. You shot the ball really well from three this year. Didn't shoot it particularly well in college. Where is like that confidence come from, and like what do you credit your success so far to?
I work on it a lot, and my teammates and coaches believe in me. They all tell me to shoot the shot. My coaches tell me when I get the ball and it's an open look, shoot it. My teammates yell at me if I don't shoot open look. So when I have those guys believing in me, I believe in myself, and they go in.
And then you just get a lot of extra juice, like not only for yourself but for the team when you hit those shots. Like, does that help that situation out quite a bit?
Yeah, I just try to play with energy, and it's become a thing that I've done now, and the team feeds off of it. We have fun when I do it, and it's just something I do now.
Shai, these games can feel so long with the momentum swings. What'd you think of the way that you guys just handled it all for the 48 minutes tonight?
Yeah, we were good. We kind of like we did the other night. We withstood their runs, made plays on both ends of the floor that helped us do so. And I think we're just getting better as a group, and we're seeing strides. And that's the only way you beat a team like that, is you make strides and you get better, and we're doing so.
The Wiggins block on Steph is a big-time play. Just your thoughts on a second-year guy being able to deliver in a moment like that?
Yeah, it's huge. I've always said, like, Wiggs is a basketball player and does what's needed of him every night. And he's taking that approach since he's got to the team. And we've seen him excel because of that, whether it's defensively, whether it's offensively, whether it's playing off the ball, on the ball, making plays on the ball, off the ball, defensively. He's always ready, and he always does what's needed, and we're seeing that every night from him.
And then what did you just see about the way Josh was able to manipulate tonight? And he got 17 assists, just 3 turnovers, and seemed to be able to kind of see over the defense all night.
Yeah, Josh was his best form tonight. He was aggressive. He was downhill. He was making the right basketball play. He never wavered on his aggressiveness and confidence throughout the game. And I think when he does that, he's his best version.
What did you feel about the offense and the way you guys were able to generate looks through, seems like 48 minutes tonight?
Yeah, we were pretty good. We focus every night, every practice, and we go into the game every night to get good shots, get the shots we want, play the way we want. And I think we did that for the most part tonight, and it resulted in a W. And
Jay Will has started for you guys at center now for a good stretch. What have you seen from him in terms of just his growth and his confidence out there?
Yeah, he's ready to play, and he's super confident in his ability and what he brings to the game. And we're seeing him take strides and flourish because of that. And he's just another product of working hard and being ready when your opportunity comes. And he started in the G, goes straight to starting, goes back, and now he's in a full rotation, and he's winning his games for sure.
One may say Oklahoma City kind of have been like a dull period over the last 3 years basketball-wise. For you, how does it feel to play a part or a lead role in like the revitalization of a franchise?
I'm lucky. Not a lot of guys get that opportunity to kind of have their fingerprints on what an NBA basketball team looks like. And that's something that I'm aware of, and I try to take full advantage of and do the right things because of it. But it's a great feeling. It's stuff you dream about, and I just want to take advantage of it.
Andrew Schlecht of The Athletic. Physically, how are you feeling? And then how are you feeling with like the new rotations so far?
Yeah, I feel good. I still get gassed in periods of the game. That always happens. But as long as I play my 36 minutes, it doesn't matter how the minutes come. I'll be all right.
And then just your thoughts on the way that you guys closed the game with Josh calls himself a guard, but Josh was the biggest player out on the floor. Just thoughts on his versatility.
Yeah, we got a lot of guys that can do multiple things on both ends of the floor. Especially against a team like that is so dynamic offensively, you got to be able to guard at all positions and rebound at all positions and switch and do certain things. And our versatility has helped with that, and I think that's why we won the game and we're able to close it down late.
Shane, I know you guys have to you got to stick to the medical plan and everything like that, not playing on at least this first back-to-back, but you kind of have to keep yourself from not wanting to get on that plane and like kind of be antsy tomorrow night when they're playing in Phoenix.
Yeah, absolutely. A game like that is very easy to get up for, something that you look forward to. Sucks I can't play, obviously I want to, but I think they come here in a week or so or a few weeks, so I'll be ready for that one.
And then last one, the standings are so jumbled up right now and just changing every single night. Do you catch yourself like looking at those and kind of looking forward of how tight this is going to get?
Yeah, it's exciting. I think meaningful basketball games are the best part of the season. Late stretch, playoff games, those are the games that we live for and we work hard for. So it's exciting and try to take it one game at a time and not look too far ahead, but it's for sure exciting.
Thanks.